Good morning, everybody. So it's 5 o'clock on day 2. According to my thermometer, which is inside the tent, so my body heat warms it up just a tiny bit. It got to 37.5 degrees last night, which is pretty chilly, but I really didn't get cold. I didn't put on my long johns last night inside the sleeping bag, and I was fine. So that's good to know that I can go a lot colder than this if I need to. So I'm gonna finish editing and uploading these videos this morning is the plan, and then make the walk down the road with the boat and hop back in to the water. So this is the mess that I've made this morning. I've got the solar panels out and the Starlink charging the batteries while I'm using them, and the computer there is uploading day 0 right now. And I've still got to put away camp, so I'm going to do that while I'm uploading the video. And hopefully I'll get moving and out in the water at some point today. But it was pretty cold this morning, so I'm not too upset about staying off the water while it's 38. Okay, it doesn't look like it, but I'm almost cleaned up. And I've got for breakfast, I got Rocky Mountain Scramble. So I've made coffee there, and we're gonna get this loaded up, and I'll probably eat that once we get either on the water or at least get this mile-long portage done first. So it's scrambled eggs, cheese, potatoes, and like gravy. It's pretty good, and I'm just about packed. This is taking way too long, but that's okay. I'll get faster at it. But for day 1, I definitely failed on packing up quickly. So this appears to be working. I am fully loaded. I've got both set of wheels down in the back, and this front wheel is working pretty good. So I'm just gonna go really slow and just see how this goes. Slow and steady wins the race, right? Okay, so the easy way is definitely over. This front piece is bending into the nose and kind of pressing into the plastic really hard, and definitely doing just a little bit of damage. So no more front wheel. About the same as yesterday, but still really cool. Well, things aren't going well. I broke the C-Tug cart, so I'll look at that later. I might be able to fix it, but I was trying to do this all in one go. That was definitely a mistake. I thought the cart was definitely strong enough for that, but I'm gonna say it's not. So I'm gonna now just start taking trips to up the road to the boat ramp. Here's the lower boat ramp. I only made it about a third of the way so far. So I'm gonna start carrying all the heavy stuff over and see if I can't wheel the kayak on over here after all the heavy stuff's out. Okay, there's load 2. Two water bladders dropped off, and I think that's hopefully enough weight that I can now get the kayak the rest of the way. I wanted to get in shape during this trip, and I think it's gonna happen. I can just barely see the top of the vault toilet, which is right next to the boat ramp. I'm almost there. This turned out a lot harder than I expected. I should have known, but maybe next time anyone does this, maybe bring less stuff. Well, I finally made it. There's the boat ramp. So I just got to get that pile of stuff back in this boat. get it all repacked again, and then head off in the water. It's 11, so yikes. But I survived, and we're moving on. Smooth. Okay. We get ourselves turned around into the middle of the river, and yeah, just like that, we're off. Feels good to be moving finally. So let's get some miles down today. And even though it is, almost 11:30, but it's not a race, and I said before I even started this, I wanted to go slow through this section because it's so beautiful. So that's what I'm doing. But maybe tomorrow we'll get on the water a little bit quicker. Must be a spring, because there's nothing else coming out. There's no creeks on the upper side really, so that must be spring water coming out of that pipe. Some cows along the bank. Water's a little choppy in the middle of the river, so I'm having to stay more towards the edges where the water's calmer. It's not problematic, but it's easier to stay in the calm water. So what I've noticed going down the river is that this kayak naturally wants to turn around and go down backwards. I guess it's wider back there or something, but you mainly have to just continually steer it just a little bit. We're coming up on York Island Campground. This is one of the options, but it's only 1:48 in the afternoon right now, so I'm definitely going to keep going. So I might stop for a quick bathroom break and continue down the river. I met a couple nice people, including someone related to Lewis and Clark. And I think he was related to Clark, is what he said. So that's pretty cool. So had a nice bathroom break, and now we're back on the water. The river is really split up here into different channels, and I'm just typically taking the biggest one, and this channel here has me going almost the wrong direction for a little bit before I hang a right and get back in the main channel. That's pretty cool. So I saw that bee up on the hill when I was in Townsend. We're pretty close to it right now, and that's the town where my sister and I had to run to go grab this life jacket when I just had my fiasco on the first day. And so it's interesting that it was a like a 25-minute drive there, but almost in a full day's paddle, or 2 days in my case. And something tells me this might not be the most efficient mode of travel. But, it's an adventure. It's not about the speed, I think. We're coming up on Indian Road Campground. It's only about 3 o'clock, but I think I'm going to stop here. This is just about the only campground option for a while. And with the river flooded like this, I'll feel better. And I'm pretty tired from that portage this morning. So, seems like probably the best thing to do. Take it slow at the start. Don't push it. It'll give me a good good, nice full day to get on the Canyon Ferry in the morning. So that's the plan. Alright, I'm gonna go check it out before I drag the boat all the way up there. So, next on Super Fun Adventure Time, I'm at the campground and I found out that somehow a bunch of water got inside the hole. I'm not entirely sure. I will check it out. There might have been something in the seal on the back here on the hatch, and I sat at the boat ramps talking on the phone instead of pulling the boat out of the water, and the back end was in the water for a while, so that's might have what caused it. Otherwise, this front hatch here might have been partially open when I leaned forward to check on the front camera. I don't think so, but it's a possibility. So now I get to take everything out and make sure it's all dry. Woo! Well, I made quite a mess, but I got everything spread out drying. Only about 4 bags had any water in them, so that was good. I don't think the water had been in there very long, or more bags would have water in them. So I think the culprit were these zip ties I stuck right here. I think they're sitting like that, and they made a crimp in the seal here. And with that, all this water got in, because I sat there for probably 15-20 minutes with the back end in the water, probably deeper than it should have been. I didn't want to get out. I was tired, and I made some phone calls rather than pulling the boat out right away. So learned that lesson. So now I just got to get all this stuff dry, and I'll be good to go. So yeah, the only thing I lost is just a little bit of candy that got wet. So really no big deal. I don't even need to eat that. It's not good for you, right? Alright, I'm gonna let this dry and then eventually set up camp. In the meantime, I'm probably gonna start editing day 1. Everything's dry and it's time to put everything back in the kayak, and then I'll set up camp and go to bed because I'm really tired. Alright, I got the Starlink over there. The laptop's almost got the day 1 uploaded. It's really close. Here's camp. It's just a tent and a kayak all covered up. I'm gonna make my bed and probably pass out. So this is a good night, and thank you for watching.